From the Chocolate Mountains to the Sea of Cortez, all along the border on a Monday night, it's exciting girls flag football being enjoyed and played here at Willis Ward Field as the Brawley Wildcats, their flag football team, coming down to play for the mythical IVL Championship against the hosting Calexico Bulldogs, or should we call them Lady Bulldogs and Lady Wildcats. But a beautiful October evening for football, ladies and gentlemen. It's a first for VSN. We hope you enjoy the broadcast. We have a special treat tonight with some referees representing the Imperial Valley Referees Association. But all of you are clamoring and waiting for the voice of choice, the real deal, that master blaster, your friend and mine, on a Monday night, Johnny Moe, John Moreno Brown.
Well, thanks a lot, Victor. This is it, Ward Field. This is the game, the championship between the Lady Bulldogs and the Lady Wildcats coming into the night. And this is the first time in history that we're doing a flag football. And we're not too hip on the rules, but we got two gentlemen that are going to, make us hip. And that is Michael Garcia and Alan Phillips from the Imperial Valley Football Association.
Well, tonight, John, is a night that it's hip to be square as we welcome both Alan Phillips and Mike Garcia. So welcome, gentlemen, to our first ever broadcast on flag football. We'll start out with you, Alan, just to maybe introduce who the refs are tonight and what are some of the different intricacies of the flag football for girls versus the boys.
And also, let's find out who Alan is first, how long he's been refereeing and what his role in the association is as well.
Okay, Alan, go ahead and make a self-introduction.
All right,
and
thanks,
then we'll
guys.
take it from there.
Alan Phillips, I'm the assigner for the Imperial Valley Football Officials Association, so I'm the one who gives the officials their schedules and where they're going to be refereeing. This is my 39th season.
39 years. And how taxing has it been with the girls not only being added to the schedule, but balancing freshman football, JV football, Pop Warner on the weekends, and what have you, and particularly with skeleton crews or limited officials?
Yeah, it's been very tough to give you some data. So last year we had 105 games total with just the tackle football. This year, now that they've added the girls football, we're close to 200 games. So we've almost doubled the number of games that we have to officiate. We certainly haven't doubled the number of officials that we have. So it's been very difficult, especially when we have officials that are working 4, 5, 6 days a week officiating. It gets taxing for them.
Well, I can imagine that. And Mike Garcia, welcome to our show. So tell us, what element do you bring in years of experience and how you got into this?
Definitely. So I was invited by Gene Martin one day to go to a meeting. This was for basketball. This is my 12th year in football. I've done football officiating for my 12th year. I did basketball right before that, and Gene Martin was the invite in. And for this year, I've done every position on the field, support the association any way I can, and try to offer the kids a good game, boys and girls now this season.
Well, certainly the officials have been officiating till the final play of the game, as evidenced last week against the Vincent at Holtville game. And but you guys are far and supreme on what you do. Every game has been well called, even though some fans may object, that type of thing. But that's the nature of the game. What have been the main challenges and joys of this season 2023?
Well, every season is a fun season for me. I love being on the field. I wouldn't have been doing this for as many years as I've had if I didn't love it. Unfortunately, my heart's in it. My body's starting to not follow my heart, and it's not as easy for me. So I'm not one of those who can do 5 or 6 games a year. But the scheduling has, for me, that's been the toughest part, especially since the season started out, especially on the flag side. There wasn't a JV schedule. There wasn't even talk of a JV team. But because of the number of girls that came out, with the popularity of what it became, then all the schools that had the flag teams wanted to go ahead and now start a JV program. So during the year, we've been getting more games added throughout. So now I have to go find officials and stuff. So it's made it tough.
And what about the speed of the game? Because from Pop Warner on a Saturday, doing a girls game on a Monday or Wednesday night, a freshman or JV game on a Thursday night, and then the varsity level, Have you been able to balance that out, or has it been a difficult situation?
It's been a different situation this year, definitely going back and forth between the rule books. But in going to the question around successes, I think one of the successes I've seen on the field is the interpretation of the rule book evolve over time. And the coaches have done a really good job of, for the majority of the time, working together as a team to work through some of those clarifications. We have those talks pregame. The rule book has been updated throughout the season, so that's been an ongoing challenge. But for the most part, we've all worked together to offer the kids a great game. And that's one of the things I've enjoyed seeing about flag football is just the evolving over the short period of time that we've had this year.
Last but not least, before we invite John Moreno back into the conversation, what can the viewing audience expect tonight watching their flag football game for the first time here in the Imperial Valley?
Well, it's definitely a fun sport to watch. These girls are talented. They sling the ball very well down the field, and with only 7 players on the field, it's just fun to watch because there's not as many players out there on the field. So they're running around and handing the ball off, and it's just a lot of fun to watch.
So it emphasizes the pass more than the rush.
That's correct.
And then it's 20-minute halves and a shortened field at, 80 yards in length?
That's correct.
Sir.
John, you have anything to add?
Yes, I've got some questions. And so when you start the series of play, it's a 1st and 20?
That's correct. So they have to, there's the field's 80 yards, and so what they have to do to get a first down is they have to cross one of the major lines of a 20, a 40, or a 20, and that gives them a first down. So it's not like tackle football where you have change, you come out and measure. Nope, they just have to cross the 20, the 40, and the 20, and that's how they gain a first down.
And is there punting?
So the punting rules for flag football is at any point, if there's a 4th down, the team has the choice to send the ball to the opposing 20-yard line. So there is no kicking game in girls flag football. The punt would be interpreted as we send them over to the 20, and that's where they'll take over.
Back at their own 20.
Back at their own 20.
And there's no field goal, there's no extra points?
There are extra points, but they're running plays. So they can choose to go for a 1-point extra point, and that the ball will be placed at the 10, the 10, and then the 5, and then if they want to go for 2, then it goes to the 10.
And the fun part about that rule right there is that that's a live ball. So in the occasion that there's an interception, the other team can run it back for a total of 2 points to score on that extra point, no matter whether
we're gonna have to pay attention.
No matter whether we're on the 5 or 10-yard line.
You can't go off to a commercial.
Right. No, yeah, so that ball is live. Where if it's a deflected pass, intercepted, tipped, whatever, they can take it all the way back and get 2 points.
Yes, sir.
Now, one last question before we get set for the kickoff for the innocent eye up here. Do you have kickoffs where they have runbacks?
No, there's no kickoffs.
So
no.
everything is like a controlled scrimmage, so to speak. They start on the 20.
Yep, they start on the 20. Yeah, to start the game, and whoever won the toss, they get their choice of whether they want to go on offense or defense first. The other team gets to choose which way they want to go, and at the second half, it's just going to be just the opposite.
Okay, well, hang on to your headset, and we're going to have you with the providing insight throughout the game. Johnny?
So Calexico has the ball. The 20 is
you got to make sure don't look at the yard markers that are painted on the field. That's very confusing. Look at the pylons.
The pylons right there.
Temporary pylons.
Okay, got it. So Calexico has the ball. They're coming out on a 1st and 20. Pass is complete. Number 5. The reception is Jacqueline Martinez. So this brings up now it's 2nd down, right? And they still got to get to the 40. The 40, which is midfield. Pass to the left side, caught by number 11, Paula Nicole Cruz. Now the ones pulling the flags, Vic. We have to announce those two, right? The ones pulling the flags.
Yeah, if you can see their numbers, where they're all wearing ponytails.
And the numbers are hidden. So now there's no down marker. This is the 3rd down. They haven't gotten to the 40 yet. They're at what would be the 30-yard line.
Well, John,
there's a down marker right here, 3rd down.
Well, Giovanna Ortiz is the quarterback, number 13 for Calexico.
And she's going to the right side. The pass was tipped and goes incomplete. Now they're faced with a 4th down.
That was intended for number 5, Jackie Martinez, who comes into tonight's ball game with 27 receptions for 517 yards and 7 touchdowns to her credit. But I guess they're not going to punt. They're just going to say, Brawley, we challenge you to run the ball from your own 20.
Okay, so now Brawley has the ball on a 1st and 20. 18:31 to go, 20-minute halves, okay? There's no timeout. That's a running clock up until what time?
Till they get a 2-minute warning.
Okay,
But
and-
they do. Each team does have 2 timeouts.
Okay, but
Per half.
the clock runs throughout the whole half.
That's correct.
Okay. Number 15,
That's Brianna Montaño. She'll be joining the backfield with number 10, Delilah Young, number 12, Malaya Jackson, and number 21, Demi Cornejo.
And
now you have to remember, all the other 6 players, excluding the quarterback, are eligible receivers, including the center.
Tayana Venegas was the one that caught that pass, and she picks up 7 yards.
So the receivers are number 4, Isabella Lopez, number 5, Anisa Aleman, number 9, Jocelyn Mendez, number 11, Tayana Venegas that just caught that pass, 13, Evelyn Murrieta, and number 18, J.C. Reeves.
And they got one rusher going deep. The pass is incomplete, and that's Brianna Montaño at quarterback.
Brianna Montaño has 44 touchdowns this season, John, unheard of. She's completed 251 passes on 412 attempts.
What do you mean unheard of? I just heard it.
But I'm just saying,
Okay.
your top quarterbacks on the male side
That's a lot.
have 19 touchdown passes thus far in the season, going into the 11th week.
So a 3rd down and 13. Montaño has time, goes over the middle, and incompletes the pass, brings up a 4th down, and they probably choose not to punt or not to go for it, so they would move the ball, and that's where they're going now, see?
Yeah,
So
goes back to the 20.
so from a defensive standpoint, how many rushers are allowed, or do they have to count?
So they can have a maximum of 2 rushers from 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Okay, but they don't have to count 1 potato, 2 potato, 3, and then rush.
Nope. They use the distance to really calibrate that rush. Now, they can send up to 2. If they send 2, they open up a new rule for the quarterback to run. So typically we've seen a lot of defenses sending 1 rusher at a time.
Okay, so if there's 2 rushers, the quarterback can scramble and pass the line of scrimmage.
Yes.
Rushing. Okay.
So
I see, said the blind man.
for 1st and 20, the pass by number 13, Giovanna Ortiz, goes incomplete.
And the quarterback can run in a series. Every series they can rush 1 time. So when they rush 2, that gives them that additional bonus opportunity to run. But they can only run as long as they're not in the no-run zone.
2nd and 20 for Calexico. Ortiz, right side, underthrows her receiver, number 11, Paula Nicole Cruz.
So Giovanna Ortiz at quarterback. The running backs are Annabelle Gonzalez and Regina Rodriguez. The receivers are Natalia Gastelum, number 4, Jacqueline Martinez, number 5, Maria Jose Gastelum, number 10, Paula Nicole Cruz, the intended receiver there, number 11, Lelani Main, 17, and number 20. Again, Regina Rodriguez will either play in the backfield or at wide receiver.
And the pass intended for number 11, Paula Nicole Cruz, goes incomplete. And the Bulldogs face with a 4th down, and looks like they may turn the ball over.
Number 25 for Brawley, Jayana Montoya, a sophomore, defending on that play.
So both of these teams are vying for the first ever IVL championship in girls flag football. That's correct?
That's my understanding.
Yeah. And I understand Brawley and Central had a Bell game, B-E-L-L-E game. A nice play on words.
Yes.
Like the bell of the ball.
All right. The Southern Bell. A handoff to number 21, but brought down quickly by number 2 for the Bulldogs. Number 21 being Brianda Ledesma, and number 2 for Calexico, Joanna Barambila. So if it's a loss of yardage, the ball remains at the 20, right?
No.
It goes back?
It goes wherever they were down.
Okay,
yes.
so maybe it was at the 20. Because she was back there rather quickly on that handoff. Montaño, right side. In the middle, incomplete.
I think these girls are a little nervous, John, being on VSN.
Wow.
And but Fred Ramsey, okay, so who are the referees for tonight?
So we have Fred Ramsey is the referee.
He's the white hat?
Yes, sir. Bruce Hartzog's the umpire. We have Roman Rubio is our line judge, and one of our female officials, Vanessa Villarreal, she is our head linesman for tonight.
Brawley's going deep and incomplete. Pass intended for number 12. Or is that number 2?
How many female referees do you have this year?
We have 3 that joined the association this year.
Are they just doing girls' games, or are they also doing the male games?
Vanessa has actually shown such an interest in stuff. She actually did one tackle boys game, so she was a history-making person for the Imperial Valley Officials Association, being the first female to ever officiate a tackle football game in Imperial Valley.
Do we foresee that this will evolve into the girls playing tackle football down the road?
I don't think so.
Oh, it'll always be flag football.
Calexico, the 1st and 20. Pass is caught by number 33, Lisbeth Ortiz. And she'll pick up 5 yards.
So Giovanna Ortiz, number 13, the quarterback, passing to Lisbeth Ortiz.
So 2nd and 15 for Calexico. 12:05 to go in the first half. Underthrows the pass in the middle. Now, sometimes these flags fly off and accidentally, and you think it's a real flag from the referee.
Well, Paula Nicole Cruz was running a button hook there, turning in, and the pass was low. She would have had to pick it up off her shoe tops.
And these flags are kind of the run of the mills. Is there a special flag that we're probably going to be needing in the next couple of years that is, I think, a little more secure? Pass is caught, 1st and 10, Calexico, number 11.
That's Nicole Cruz. Paula Nicole Cruz
with a first down. They're going to move the change.
Yeah, so I don't like yellow flags, because the same thing happens when we're on the field and I see the flags on the field. I think it's a penalty flag. So, but the way that these flags operate, they're not like we had back in middle school in the days. They're not Velcroed to it. It's a whole belt that has a clip that is on it, and so when they pull the flag, the whole belt comes off.
Oh, okay. And shouldn't just the flag come off? Another completed pass to number 10 for the Bulldogs, Maria Jose Gastelum.
Now, see, John, that belt came off, so that was a resounding tackle in the male game.
No, because I was asking because we just ordered some new flags, but they haven't come in yet. But these are like the ones they got for PE.
Well, in PE, they used to tuck them into their waistband. You know, some guys had flags that were 2 inches long.
Another complete pass to number 33 for Calexico.
Ortiz,
Lisbeth Ortiz.
So Calexico going with Giovanna Ortiz at quarterback, Gonzalez Annabelle and Regina Rodriguez. In the backfield, Paula Nicole Cruz and Natalia Gastelum, 2 of the wideouts.
Calexico short 6 yards for a first down. They've got to get to the 20. Has time. Going deep.
Wow.
Pass is caught. Touchdown, Calexico.
Wow.
Number 11 for the Bulldogs. That's Paula Nicole Cruz catching a beautiful pass by quarterback
Giovanna Ortiz.
And so now they go for the point after. And they're at 5 yards out, so this is
for 1 point.
1 point.
And the quarterback is sacked.
That's correct.
Okay.
Excellent defensive play by number 13, Evelyn Murrieta, only a freshman for Brawley. They're denying the extra point for Calexico. So after 3 minutes of play, we started at the 20-minute mark. It's 9 minutes left in the first half.
It's 11 minutes.
Yeah.
It goes fast. And you know what? The Bulldogs drove the ball all the way down and scored after a couple of first downs. So Brawley with a football. 1st and 10 at their own 20. Going to the left side. Pass is caught. Brianna Montaño.
So, Mike, when you're officiating, if you're the back judge or the line, what as an official are you looking for?
So we're really looking to read the play at first, whether it's a direct handoff, pass. We're looking at 7 yards for rushers. We're looking at all contact, everything contact. It's a contactless sport, so that's something we're trying to read from the get-go and watch bodies flying around the field. And then from that point, just ruling wherever the flag gets pulled. Wherever the ball's at the time of the flag is where the ball will be marked, not so much where the flag. So just trying to, there's no, everyone's eligible. So that's one of the things different from contact football. So we don't have to look at eligible versus ineligible, but formation at first, counting players, and then watching the play develop afterwards.
And the fact that you don't have an offensive line blocking and a defensive line rushing, that eliminates, looking for holding or what have you, in the trenches.
First down, Delea Young caught the pass. Brawley with a first down. A wounded duck. And incomplete.
So a play like there where the quarterback was hit as she was releasing the ball.
Pass intended for Tayana.
That's legal.
Venegas.
There should be no contact with the quarterback.
Okay,
now, there is going to be a reach for the flag
Yeah.
at some point, and then we have to rule whether the ball was out of her hands or not. So there's going to be that minimal contact right there, but there should be no other contact to the quarterback.
Mike Swearingen, we had him on as a guest analyst last Friday in the Vincent Hopeville game, and he said dancing is a contact sport, football is a collision sport.
And that brings up a good point. They play the game differently in flag football, and you can tell by the way they run plays, how they carry the ball. It's a different sport.
So pass complete to Malia Jackson.
Well, I think this is great, because we used to watch Powder Puff at the end of the season. The senior class would play against the junior class, or one school would play against another. And you had some great athletes there playing, but
intercepted on a 3rd down.
it seemed like the girls couldn't get satisfied with just playing one game. It was like, hey, why can't we do this again next week and the week after? Why can't we have a program type of thing? And this was 20 years ago. Yeah. That I remember one time I had to officiate. I was the only referee.
Janice Terriquez with the interception for Calexico gets a first down at the 20. And the first turnover of the game. Another pass in the left flat. 33, the ball carrier.
And that was number 11 for Brawley.
Lisbeth Ortiz, number 33 for Calexico.
Tayana Venegas, another freshman. So Brawley is developing a nucleus for their future teams with a lot of freshmen and sophomores out here getting some playing experience.
A pickup of a couple yards. Another complete pass.
And 11 again, Venegas pulling that flag quickly.
Lisbeth Ortiz from Giovanna Ortiz. They may be related, Vic.
So the head coach for the Brawley Wildcats is J.J. Galvan, an outstanding athlete in football and basketball back in the 80s. And for Calexico, it's Guillermo Castro Durazo.
Going deep. The pass is caught. The far sideline. That's number 5 for Calexico. Jacqueline Martinez on an excellent reception by quarterback Giovanna Ortiz. Another first down for Calexico. They'll spot the ball inside the 20 at the 15 for a 1st and 10.
So I believe that Brawley and Calexico have played twice this season. So this is the rubber match, and this one's for all the marbles.
This is it. This is rivalry weekend. We've got some big games on Friday.
Well, you have
and the biggest of them all, the Bell game at Central. Incomplete pass intended for number 33, Ortiz, Lisbeth Ortiz. Yeah, the 80th bell game is the biggest one yet. But Brawley's number 7 and Central's number 8 in Division 2. So that's the best matchup yet.
Well, Lisbeth Ortiz is the leading receiver for Calexico with 63 receptions. Second leading receiver, with 63 receptions and 12 touchdowns.
Paula Cruz got that one.
And Paula Cruz is the favorite target for Giovanna Ortiz. She has 89 receptions for 1,412 yards and 17 touchdowns to her credit.
So it's an illegal block against Brawley.
So Calexico has some talented receivers.
So that's half the distance to the goal, right?
That's correct.
So the ball is just 2 yards out of the goal line, as the goal line is the 10-yard line in regular football. I don't want to confuse anybody.
.252 remaining here in the first half. Calexico 6, Brawley 0.
And touchdown again, number 11. That is Paula Nicole Cruz from Giovanna Ortiz, just 2 yards out. Hits pay dirt. Touchdown Bulldogs.
So as I mentioned earlier, Paula Nicole Cruz with 89 receptions coming into tonight's ball game for over 1,400 yards and 17 touchdowns. She's just added to her total, her 18th touchdown reception on the season. Ortiz came into the game with 43 TDs, passes, and she's thrown two.
And the point after is good. Number 5 for Calexico, Jacqueline Martinez. And 2 minutes to go. Running clock. Now, within 2 minutes, does the clock stop or at every down? Or if it goes out of bounds?
Yes.
Or
so there's
a passing play?
There is a 2-minute warning, so the clock is stopped now. They get a 2-minute warning. It'll start on the snap. And now it's kind of like tackle football where there's an incomplete pass, the clock will stop.
So let me ask you, gentlemen, after this play, is there anything that we haven't asked that's pertinent to what we're watching thus far?
Well, we haven't talked about the no-run zone.
No. And what is that, the no-run zone?
So the no-run zone is 5 yards, whichever direction the offense is going. Before the first down, you're going to have a 5-yard buffer window that the team cannot run a direct handoff. So that's considered the no-run zone, where they have to change up their playbook to meet a different set of rules by being in that 5-yard span.
Okay, so does that make it an obvious passing situation?
Pretty much, yeah.
Tayana Venegas for Brawley completes the pass. Before her was Malia Jackson. So Brawley's faced with a 3rd and short. They've got 3 yards to get to for a first down.
So this would be considered the no-run zone here.
Correct.
Pass over the middle, incomplete.
So Brawley relies on the play of Delilah Young, Malaya Jackson, and Demi Cornejo. Those are the 3 stats leaders for their team, as well as their quarterback, Brianna Montaño, who's a prolific passer.
So they're going for it on 4th down. If it's an incomplete pass, the opposing team gets it right there. If that's a complete pass, it's a first down. Number 10, that's Delilah Young, only a sophomore. So moving the chains for the Wildcats. The ball will be spotted just this side of the 40.
So is there kind of like a prototype
37 seconds remaining first
player
half.
that comes out to play girls flag football? I mean, since we don't have a defensive line and an offensive line.
Probably going deep and incomplete and defected by Calexico's defender,
The
number
coaches kind of look
11.
for
Speed.
the speed, the girls that
Paula
are on
Cruz.
the track team that run the sprints and what have you.
Speed and height, I think, are definitely some 2 advantages here in flag football.
Now, there was a San Diego team, I think Classical Academy,
Classical.
that came down to play. What were they like?
Honestly, I didn't work that game, so I don't know.
I got to do one of the games. It was a doubleheader. They played, I believe, Vincent Memorial first and then Southwest. So I did the later game, the Southwest game. What I saw from Classical Academy was a totally different offense they were running. They were running double reverses, triple reverses.
Oh,
I think that really was.
Dazzle.
I think it was a pivotal moment for a lot of our teams to see a different offense, because after that game, we started to see double, triple reverses and a little bit more of a creative playbook. So being able to have Classical Academy come down was big for our teams.
That was like playing in your backyard, John. And
Intercepted by Calexico. Number 11.
Cruz. Paula Nicole Cruz.
And that should take us into halftime.
So Paula Cruz came into the game with 4 interceptions this season. Now she gets her 5th. But that ends the half.
I think they're going to add some time on the clock.
Clock should have stopped there.
Because it was a turnover, so the clock should have stopped.
Right when they pulled the flag, so there was only a few seconds left, but they still have to.
You know what? Another surprising element, particularly for the Imperial Valley high schools, is these girls have played at least 15 games.
Yes, because it's not a physical sport, they can play multiple times in a week. And so they're definitely, each one of these teams are playing another time this week before, well, I think they both have games on Wednesday.
Right, and one of the girls was asking me when we were setting up, if on senior night, if we were going to be doing their game as well.
Unsportsmanlike conduct against Calexico. The coach got it.
And I didn't realize the popularity of the sport. There's quite a few girls, I believe, reading the article in the Calexico Chronicle, there's a lot of girls from Calexico that actually play on a travel ball team. So I didn't realize that there was travel ball for flag football.
Well, and I believe this coach plus the Vincent coach teamed together to take a 12 and under team to the Nationals. And I think half of those girls are at Vincent, the other half are here, as freshmen and sophomores.
So that handoff, she acted like she was going to throw, but then she went the other way, and that's perfectly legal, right?
Yep.
Okay. And that takes us into halftime with a score, Calexico 13, Brawley 0. And we'll be back with more in a minute on the Valley Sports Network.
Could you use help with your electric bill? Imperial Irrigation District, your public power provider, offers several payment assistance programs. Our income-qualified customers can save up to 20 or 30% on their electric bill and also receive assistance if they face service disconnection for non-payment. For assistance, call us at 1-800-303-7756. Visit one of our customer service centers or find us online at iid.com. IID, where customers always come first.
InnerCare since 1970. When it comes to healthcare, InnerCare is here to help, with locations throughout the Imperial Valley. InnerCare, improving the health and wellness of the community.
Marianne Valenzuela Fenley is your State Farm insurance agent in the Imperial Valley. And like a good neighbor, she's located at 528 G Street in Brawley. Call State Farm agent Marianne Valenzuela Fenley at 760-344-0447 for your home, auto, and life insurance.
Whether you're looking to purchase or sell, your next home awaits. Give the Dom team a call. With over 50 years of experience and over 100 years in the Imperial Valley, Andy and Doug can help you find the right home at the right price fast. Visit us online at www.thedomteam.com and let Andrew and Doug find the perfect home for you. Call today, 760-337-8600.
Ojeda Industries is here to offer solutions with exceptional products and services for all your agricultural, industrial, and power transmission needs. It's Ojeda Industries, hydraulic repair service in Brawley at 1698 Jones Street. Call us at 760-623-7299.
Imperial Flying Service, taking care of the entire Imperial Valley with all your aviation fuel needs. Imperial Flying Service is a proud supporter of our U.S. military, the aviation community, and all Imperial Valley communities.
Grosso's, an Imperial Valley tradition since 1955. Family owned and operated. Located at 1902 West Main Street, El Centro. Grosso's is open Wednesday through Sunday at 5 p.m. Order to go or come in for the Italian dining experience.
Join us at Cal Jones Field for the next Bell game Friday, October 27th at 7 p.m. South Cali Air Conditioning, proud sponsor of Central Union High School Athletics.
Tire Company. We are a local, family-owned business specializing in tires and automotive needs. We are located at 114 Main Street, El Centro. Call us at 760-352-1721.
Well, we're back here live starting the third quarter of play with our guest announcers, Alan Phillips and Michael Garcia from the Imperial Valley Football Association, giving us some pointers on how this game is not only played, but how the rules go. Vic, are you ready?
I'm ready, John. So here we go with
first and 20.
Quarterback Brianna Montaño, over 4,000 yards passing, coming into the game with 44 touchdown passes.
Delilah Young caught that pass. A pickup of 2. No, a pickup of 7.
So Montaño at quarterback, Young, Jackson, and Cornejo are her primary receivers, along with Tayana Venegas.
Over the middle, extending her arm, number 11, that's Tayana Venegas. And just 5 yards shy of the first down marker, 3rd and 5.
So if you just joined us, ladies and gentlemen, the first ever VSN broadcast on VSN South here at Willis Ward Field. Brawley trying to rally back from a 13-0 deficit.
And pass caught there, number 18, J.C. Reeves. Gets the first down, it'll take it to the 35 of Calexico.
Reeves comes into the game with 15 receptions for 365 yards, a whopping 24.3 yard average, and she has 2 touchdowns to her credit.
And Brawley completing passes in 3 downs and all the way now to another first down inside the 20 at the 18 of Calexico.
Montaño finding a seam there in that zone as they ran a, what did Mike Swearingen call it?
I can't remember. He said so many funny things the other night. Witty things. Another pass complete to number 18, J.C. Reeves. And Brawley is just taking the ball down the field methodically.
Well, we would call it a slant down the middle. He would call it a hot route.
Okay.
Back in the days when we played touch football, John, we just say run to the parked car and button hook.
That's it. So Brawley second down. Going to the right side. Intercepted by Calexico by number 14. That is Madeline Montes. Read it very well, and Brawley was just drive.
That's the daughter of Lorena Minor Montes. She's wearing number 14 in the stands, along with the rest of the family. So Madeline Montes coming up with a key interception, stifling a Brawley drive as they were trying to get back into this ball game, down 13-0, 17:05 remaining here in the second half.
Calexico gets it at inside their 1 yard line. Ortiz going to the left side and tries to throw it to number 17, Leilani Main.
But
And she couldn't position herself to catch the football.
But the accuracy of that pass. So, Michael, you've seen different levels of talent from freshman to varsity. What's your appraisal here?
We got 2 very athletic teams here. I mean, Brawley's just coming off a very big win against Central, and here, competing really hard with Calexico. The difference between JV and varsity is definitely visible. You got faster players, deeper balls, girls catching balls above their head. So it's a very athletic game on the varsity level. Definitely, and once we were able to see more JV teams come out, but you're going to be able to see the development also going into the varsity ranks after playing a little JV.
So there's more consistency and more continuity on drives because you're not you're not seeing those drop passes that will kill a drive.
Yes.
So a 3-yard pickup for Calexico by Lisbeth Ortiz with a short pass to the left flat. And timeout is called.
And just to mention, we got a third down on the 3-yard line for this field. They're very much in dangerous safety territory. In the case that a flag is pulled while they're in the end zone, we have a 2-point safety. In the case that the ball's dropped on a handoff, on a run, and the ball's dropped, it's dead where it lies. So if that happens in that end zone, we have a safety.
Yeah, there's no fumbles here. So if a girl fumbles the ball, it's dead right there.
Okay, so nobody can pick it up and take it.
That's correct.
Now, if Calexico is faced with a 4th down situation, they can choose to say they're going to punt it, and the ball will just be escorted back to the opponent's 20-yard line.
That's correct. Or they can choose to try to run that 4th down and see if they can get that first down. And if they don't get it, the ball will be placed where it was at the last spot.
In this case, giving Calexico very good field position.
Now, coaches in the past, and particularly with this novice sport this year being the first year, how difficult was it to keep the coaches on the sidelines instead of wanting to be in the huddles, like coaches do with control scrimmages before the preseason, et cetera, at these football carnivals, so they can instruct their players, or even not respecting the 30, between the 30s on the sidelines, you can't go beyond that.
20 to 20.
Third down for Calexico, deep in their own territory. Ortiz airs it out, incomplete, brings up a 4th down, and I'm assuming they'd move the ball back to the 20 for Brawley.
Yeah. So it's been a learning experience for everybody. I think it's been a learning experience for us as officials. It's been a learning experience for the players, for the coaches, for everybody. And so I think this year, because the sport came out so early and so close to the beginning of the school year, scheduling wise, Valley teams played Valley teams. But I think now that we have established a sport, next year we're going to see more of those teams out of San Diego coming down and playing, and us teams from the Valley going up to San Diego and playing.
Now,
Montaño completes a pass to number 10, Delilah Young.
Seeing the positives of this game and this sport, do you think that'll recruit indirectly new referees to add to your total? They'll say, hey, I'd like to be a part of that. I want to come out. I can't keep up with the boys, but I could possibly keep up with the girls.
Yeah, I definitely think so. When they started girls, when they announced that they were going to have girls, I certainly thought, well, heck, that's going to help with the longevity of my career, because I can get out there and participate and not have to move as quickly as I do with the tackle football.
Right. Not only following the action, getting out of the way.
Yeah, getting out of the way. I got clobbered one time this year, and I paid the price.
Tayana Venegas gets some yardage. Another interception by Calexico. That's number 21. That's Janice Terriquez, a senior. So,
and John, she came into the game with 9 interceptions.
So I think she's got 2 now, or is it make it 10 or 11?
10 or 11.
So
we'll give her. Well, the other one was by Nicole Cruz.
Okay, so makes it 10. So it's a 1st and 10 for 1st and 20 for Calexico inside the 40. I want to say the 34-yard line.
It's actually 1st and 15 because they only have to get
to
the 20.
Okay. So they don't get it from right there. Thank you, Ellen.
An unwritten rule, Alan, that I've learned over the 30 years: we don't correct Johnny Moore.
No, yeah.
Well,
I'm learning this game.
It's the yard markers that are painted on the field. That's what makes it very confusing, rather than looking at the temporary yard markers, which is what we go by.
You don't know how many fines.
So no matter where they get it, they get
into the fine jar.
So no matter where they get it, they just got to go to the 20, 40, 20.
Yep. That's correct.
Okay, and the pass is complete way over there on the left side. And that's number 17 for Calexico, Lilani Main.
So what's my fine that I have to put into the jar?
So instead of the individual flags being removed, it's the whole belt. So that ends any question or controversy whether the person is down or not.
Well, it does, but if the flags happen to fall off by themselves, then it becomes a touch. So the player that just the flags coming off by themselves, the play isn't ended. The player then has to be touched by the defender.
Another completed pass to number 33, Ortiz, Lisbeth Ortiz. And she crosses the 20, so that's a 1st down. And gets a few yards extra, so that would be like a 1st and 16 or 1st and goal at the 16.
Yep. And just to add to that conversation around the flags, flag guarding's a big one. As girls are running and moving those arms down, and it's fair to mention that it is their responsibility that natural arm movement is not a reason to guard a flag. So it's their responsibility to keep their arms up.
No stiff arming.
And not block their flags from the defenders at all. They have to be accessible.
So the handoff to number 6.
So
picks up a few yards. Number 6 is Annabelle Gonzalez.
When a reception has been made, can her teammates block for her, physically make contact with the defense? All they can do is just shadow?
No blocking at all.
No blocking.
No blocking. No
contact,
physical, no contact.
No screens.
Wide open, number 17.
No, they have to be elusive.
Lilani Main. Taking it closer to the end zone.
So somebody that's agile, shifty, has a lot, and good athleticism.
Those are the players you want.
Those are the players you want.
So they got two opportunities to score right here. 3rd and 4th down. 4th down, they still go for it. They don't make it. They get it where the ball is downed. Lob pass incomplete.
She jumped a little too soon. So we're coming up with a fourth down play, 10:21 remaining here in the second half. Calexico hanging on to a 13-0 lead over the Brawley Wildcats here in the girls flag football IVL Mythical Championship, excuse me. And John Moreno with a call.
Fourth down. Ortiz. Is there a timeout? So a timeout is called. So we've learned a lot on how this game is played, on how the rules matter in certain situations. 2 timeouts for half. Okay.
Well, it's a fast-moving game, 1. And 2, the fact that, like Mike Swearingen said, you have a contact sport like dancing or a collision sport like football. But, I've always enjoyed the passing game. You always like to see a good quarterback that throws a nice tight spiral and receivers that are able to get open. And then you like to see the coach's offensive game plan where they have a good passing attack. I like watching El Centro where they send 5 receivers out, David Rookie Peña, and the quarterback chooses from the deep pattern to the short pattern and just starts checking down.
Touchdown Calexico for number 43, Lisbeth Ortiz from Giovanna Ortiz. And 6 points on the board for the Bulldogs. They're up 19-0, going for the point after. It's at the 5-yard line. It's for 1 point. And right over the middle and wide open is number 5. That's Jackie Martinez.
So with 9:05 remaining here in the second half, Calexico 20, Brawley 0. Calexico coached by Guillermo Castro Durazo. They call him Coach Willie. And on the Brawley side, it's J.J. Galvan. So we'd like to acknowledge these fine gentlemen for giving their time to this sport and providing that mentorship to these girls.
Brawley with a complete pass in the right side.
That was number 12,
Malaya Jackson.
She's a senior.
So it brings up a second down. 8:20 and counting remaining in this football game.
Well, from a statistical situation, Brianna Montaño has shown in the past that she can light up the scoreboard with 44 touchdown passes to her credit.
Wide open, number 12,
Malaya Jackson.
And gets a first down.
So Brawley's been able to move the ball between the 20s, but once they get into the red zone, they've had some misfortune, 2 interceptions that have thwarted their offensive drives.
First and 10. Montaño. And pass is deflected, almost intercepted. So it brings up a second down for the Brawley Wildcats.
So from the defensive side, as a referees, are they playing a lot of man-on-man coverage?
Yeah, they're man-on-man, some zone, but yeah, I think most of them has been man-on-man that I've seen.
Delilah Young, incomplete. Or would you say woman-on-woman?
Woman-on-woman, yep. Person-on-person.
Person-on-person. Right. Third down and 20.
I'm sure a lot of the terminology has to be revised.
3rd and 20. Everybody's on the right side. One receiver here split this way. Oh, another interception. Number 14 for the Bulldogs, Madeline Montes.
That's her second interception of the ball game.
So another interception stopping that Brawley drive. And the ball will be spotted at the 24, so 1st and 16.
So as far
Calexico.
as far as equipment, the girls, besides wearing the flags and the jersey and shorts, they wear a mouthpiece.
Yes, they have to have a mouthpiece as well.
And Ortiz looking for Lilani Main, incomplete. So 5.5 minutes remaining.
Is that Marvin Main's granddaughter?
That's Marvin. That's Chris Main's daughter. Yeah, Marvin Main, the grandfather. He's always posting pictures on social media. Very proud. And the pass is deflected by number 25 for the Brawley Wildcats, Jayana Montoya.
Pass intended for number 10 of Calexico, Maria Jose Gastelum, a sophomore.
So it brings up a 3rd and 16.
Well, John, I think this might be a more common occurrence next season on VSN. You know, we start getting a following, get some sponsors, and a game of the week once a week.
I think that would be good.
Along with Friday Night Lights and Thursday Night Lights.
And we can train some announcers too. Open the doors. You know?
Yeah, you've got Craig Holloway over here chomping at the bit.
Yeah.
What? So, ladies and gentlemen, we're welcoming in the announcer's booth Craig Holloway, who does the public address announcing for Calexico Bulldog home games, but now he's going to be the play-by-play man and lend us his talents. Here, welcome, Craig. Take it away.
Thank you, Victor. Appreciate it. First down for the Wildcats. Pass is complete, and breaking tackles and getting across the 35-yard line.
Here, the blue is Brawley, the pink is Calexico.
Appreciate it. That'll help me a lot here.
And here are the positions.
Second down for the Wildcats. Pass is complete. That is number 10, Young. She's been on fire tonight, Vic. She's been catching everything for them.
Delilah Young. I think Tom Jones sang a song about my Delilah.
That's right.
Third down. Pass is through the hands. Looking for number 12, Jackson. You know, I tell you, Vic, the Lady Bulldogs, they look good tonight. They've been playing great football, you know, interceptions, everything. I'm impressed, you know. I've been working, you know, with Vincent, and I thought they were good, but Bulldogs,
okay,
even
so
better.
you've witnessed several girls games.
Absolutely, and I'm very impressed. I you know, when they said that Calexico was one of the top, I was like, are you kidding me? You know, they haven't really been in the top form, you know, in sports as of late, but so far, flag football, they've been very good.
Well, they have an excellent team. They're well coached by Guillermo Castro Durazo. He brings a lot of experience on his resume. He's taken travel teams to the Nationals. In fact, I think they were called the Bad Bunnies or Bad Rabbits. They won the U.S. 12 and under tournament this past summer.
That sounds awesome.
And they were recognized by the Imperial County Board of Supervisors back in late July.
I'm glad you didn't confuse Bad Bunny and Bad Bunny the rapper. You know, I thought you were going to confuse them there for a second. I was like, man, surprised you didn't know that there.
Well, Bad Bunny, he was hosting Saturday Night Live.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Very entertaining.
Very entertaining.
Hey, come on, Craig. I'm not that old.
I didn't say. I'm just messing with you, Vic. Come on. I'm just trying to.
I could have brought up Ramon Ayala or Los Tigres del Norte.
There you go. Pass is incomplete. Oh, man. Running into the ref there. Uh-oh.
They're going to charge Fred Ramsey admission. He was like a spectator on that play.
As you can see, it's dangerous out here, too, with the girls running around.
No kidding. Is it ever. That was number 11, Venegas, the intended receiver on that play.
Well, you know, I think it was 2 seasons ago, one of the opening games, I think we were playing Castle Park. It was like 112. And Fred Ramsey, you know, either suffered dehydration or something. We can't give medical, but, you know, they had to.
Yeah, they had to take him off in an ambulance.
Oh, man.
We were all praying for him, but he's back here in fine form.
You know, the last time that actually happened, I don't want to bring up my military history, but basically I was graduating from the Air Force, and I had this guy behind me, and guy just absolutely collapsed, hit me in the back. I'm like, what? I thought someone threw an object at me, and I'm like, man, it was so heavy. I was like, what happened? And, you know, the guy passed out because he was dehydrated. Anyway, getting back to the game here, first down for the Lady Bulldogs.
The 2-minute warning was just issued.
Oh, 2 minute, yes. I remember I got mistaken last time. I thought it was a timeout. Okay, pass is complete. Oh, my goodness, and breaking tackles, that is number 11 for the Bulldogs.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're here with Michael Garcia and Alan Phillips from the Imperial Valley Referees Association. As we get to the closing minutes of the ball game, the clock is running 1:35. Any particular rule changes here in the last 2 minutes, or everything still applies?
Everything still applies. The only thing is the clock stops whenever there's an incompleted pass. They go out of bounds.
Change of possession.
Or a timeout on the field.
Timeouts. First down procedures.
Okay, second down for the Bulldogs. Oh, it looks like we have a little trickery here. Uh-oh. She's in trouble. Oh, it goes back to the quarterback. Flea flicker. Oh, pass is complete to number 11, Cruz, and she will be marked down at, looks like the original line of scrimmage, but we have a penalty on the play.
And what would that penalty be?
Illegal contact is what it looked like to me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and it will go against the
So
Wildcats.
Were there 2 or 3 forward passes there?
Those look like backward passes to me.
Okay.
Yep.
So backward passes, it would have been like a live ball if she wouldn't have caught it.
Except in flag football, a live ball, it'll be dead there.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, anything that hits the ground is dead ball, and that's they have to start from that position right there. Pass is complete. And breaking into the end zone, touchdown Bulldogs. Wow.
So with 40 seconds remaining here in the second half, another touchdown pass from Giovanna Ortiz, extending the Bulldog lead to 26-0 as the clock is still running as we get set for the point after attempt.
And what we're going to see here, Mr. Carrillo, is because the point differential is 21 or greater, now there's all that kind of stops the stoppage of the clock. It's going to continue to run, so that's the girls' version of the mercy rule.
Okay.
Just like in tackle football, it's 35 points at the fourth quarter.
Correct.
It's 22 here.
So they'll let that run down.
And looks like that will be it. Yep, that's it. Game over. And Bulldogs make a statement. I'm, again, impressed.
Well, thank you very much, Craig, for wrapping it up here in the closing minutes of the ball game. And we'd like to thank Alan Phillips and Michael Garcia for gracing our game show tonight.
Thank you for having
coming
us.
and enlightening our viewing audience on the rules and intricacies of girls flag football. And we really wish them continued success. And I'm looking forward to this, as this is the initial campaign for them. And we hope to see many years. And Craig, you may grow into this sport, being an announcer, graduating from the public address microphone to being a voice of the Bulldogs.
Anytime. I'm ready.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll welcome back John Moreno to wrap it up as Calexico wins the mythical Imperial Valley Girls Flag Football Championship by a score of 27-0. We'd like to congratulate the head coaches of both squads For the Brawley Wildcats, it's J.J. Galvan. And for the Calexico Bulldogs, it's Guillermo Castro Durazo. John, any final comments?
Well, you saw how we tag team, Craig and I. Do you think that'll work? Maybe one of these games?
Sure.
That was seamless.
Was it?
Yeah.
You did a good job.
Maybe you guys could tag team with me so I can have that hot dog or those tacos.
Oh, we got Butch Morales.
Okay.
But no, Vic, this is good. This is history in the making. Tonight, Calexico has a chance to get the crown for the first ever IVL flag football. And we congratulate them, and congratulations to Brawley for coming out here and doing their best. This was a good game. And what about our guest announcers, our analysts, our referees? It's too bad we didn't get Sal up here, because if we got Sal Carrillo, nobody would have gotten a word in edgewise.
Right. So I'd like to give you both gentlemen an opportunity for some closing commentary before we go off the air.
I just want to say I even had the privilege of officiating the Calexico team. I'm very impressed. That's a very athletic and skilled Brawley team, as we saw last week. So congratulations to the Lady Bulldogs. For me, I just keep thinking it's a work in progress, and I can only imagine 5 years from now, when the rule book's established, when we have a good understanding, coaches are working within the rules, the girls are getting athletic and learning this game. I'm excited to see what that brings. I have a daughter in high school. Her name's Peyton. I hope she's listening right now, so hi, Peyton. And she's looking forward to playing a little football in her high school career. So I'm looking forward to that brings to the future and opportunities it brings to the kids in the Valley.
Well, I think that's great. And Alan, you've been at this for a long time.
Yeah, and it's exciting to see these girls out here playing football. Like Mike says, I agree with him. I think this being the inaugural year, as this sport grows, we're going to continue to see athletes that are improved, and the game's going to improve, and we're going to see some talent out there on that football field in years to come.
Well, we thank you for what you gentlemen do, for giving your time here to the high schools and officiating throughout the week. You know, sometimes it's a thankless position because the fans in the stands don't see it the way you see it on the field, and particularly when it involves their loved ones, you know, or their alma mater, and yet there's nothing like Friday Night Lights on a Monday night. Right, John?
That's right, and we'd like to thank all our viewing audience tonight. Thank you for joining us. We want to remind you, from the Chocolate Mountains to the Sea of Cortez, all along the border on a Monday night. But this Friday, don't forget to catch the bell game with Will Torres, Ron Rubio, and Mike Swearingen. And that kickoff is at 7 o'clock at Cal Jones Field. And Calexico will be playing Vincent for the Battle for the Border. For Vic Carrillo, this is John Moreno saying good night on Valley Sports Network.